Hello students, this lecture is about to discuss the limit point and closure of a set in topological spaces. So first we discuss the definition of a limit point. Let X be a topological space and A is a subset of X. Then an arbitrary element of set X is a limit point of A if for every open set U which is containing that point and it is a member of the topology, thus that its intersection with set A is non-empty even if we exclude that point from this intersection. So graphically we can show that if we take a topological space X and A is a subset of X and take a arbitrary point of set X. Now take open set U which is containing X point. Now its intersection with set A is non-empty even if we exclude this point X. So X is a limit point of A. And if we take arbitrary point here, then again if we take open set U which is containing X, so its intersection is also non-empty even if we exclude this point. So it is also a limit point of A. Now if we take X here, now take a open set which is containing that point. So its intersection of this open set with A is non-empty even if we exclude this point. But here if we take another open set which is containing X point, then its intersection is empty. So this condition should be true for all open sets U which is containing X point. So we can say that X is not a limit point of A. So here these are the limit points of A, but this point is not a limit point of A. Now for example, let X is a set here and tau is a topology defined on this set and A is a subset of X, then find the limit points of set A. And we know that limit points of A can be the points of X also. So we will check at each point of X one by one. So first we will check at point A, that whether it is a limit point of set A or not. And for this we take all open sets in X which are containing A point, and these are set X, singleton A, set ABC and set AC. And all these open sets which are containing A should satisfy the condition of the limit point, and this is the intersection condition. And if we get at least one open set here which does not satisfy this condition, then this A point will not be the limit point of set A. So here we can take singleton A and its intersection with A. If I exclude point A itself, then it is phi. So we can say that A is not a limit point. Of set A. Now check at point B and we take again all open sets in X which are containing B point, and these are X, set BC, ABC, and we take intersection one by one. So its intersection with A is BCD, and if I exclude B from it, it is CD, so it is non-empty. And BC intersection with A, it is BC, and if I exclude B from it, it is non-empty. And again if we take ABC, its intersection with A, if I exclude B from it, it is non-empty. So it is true for each open set that is containing B. So we can say that B is a limit point of A. Now check at point C. Now we take all open sets which are containing C point, and these are BC, ABC, singleton C, and AC. Now if we take intersection of A set with this open set singleton C, and it is C only, and if I exclude C point from it, then it is empty. So we get at least one open set here which does not satisfy the condition. So we can say that C is not a limit point. Now check at D. So take all open sets in X which are containing D point, and there is only X set, and its intersection with A is BCD, and if I exclude D from it, it is non-empty, which implies that D is a limit point of A. So here B and D are the limit points of set A, but C and A are not the limit points of set A. Now further we discuss some examples of the limit points in the trivial topologies. The first example we have, in the discrete topological space, no point is a limit point of a set. So in the first discrete topology is given by power set of X, in which all the subsets of X are open as well as closed. So if we take arbitrary subset of X, and let us take arbitrary element of set A, then there exists an open set which is a singleton A, because singletons are also open in discrete topological space. So we can take singleton A which is containing A element, and if we take its intersection with set A, it is singleton A only, and if we exclude A from it, it is empty. So which implies that A is not a limit point. Of A, and here A is a arbitrary point of set A, so we can say that no point is a limit point of a set in a discrete topological space. In the second example, that is in discrete topological space, each point of X is a limit point of every set other than empty set or singleton set. So our indiscrete topology is given by phi and X, and if we take arbitrary set of X where A is not singleton, and also it is not empty. Now let us take an arbitrary element of set X for which there is only one open set, that is X itself, which is containing X such that its intersection with A, if we take intersection of X and A, it is A only, and if we exclude X from it, then it will be non-empty, because A set is not a singleton set and not an empty set. So it will contain more than one element, so this intersection will be not empty. And if we take A is a singleton set, then for arbitrary point of X, this intersection will be empty. So we can say that in the indiscrete topological space, each point of X is a limit point of every set. But if we take empty set and singleton set, then no point will be the limit point of that set. Now further we discuss the derived set of A. It is a collection of all the limit points of set A and denoted by A dash. So in the previous example, in this example, we have found the limit points of set A, and the limit points of this set is B and D only, and here we can write A dash, which is a derived set of A, then it will contain only B and D. So it is just a collection of all the limit points of A. So further we have some other examples on the trivial spaces. In the first example we have, in discrete topological space, if A is a subset of X, then its derived set is empty, because in the earlier example we have already shown that in the discrete topological space no point is a limit point of any set. So in that case derived set of A will be empty. Now in the second example, in the indiscrete topological space X, when A is a subset of X which contains more than one element, then its derived set is set X. In the earlier example, we have already shown that each point of X is a limit point of set A if it contains more than one element. So we can say that its derived set is set X only. But if it is singleton and empty set, then its derived set is also empty. Now further we discuss the closure of a set. Let X be a topological space and A is a subset of X, then closure of A is the intersection of all those closed sets which are containing set A. So it is denoted by A bar, and it can be expressed as intersection of all the closed sets where F is a closed set and we take all those closed sets which are containing set A, then A bar, which is a closure of set A. Now for example, let X is a set here and tau is a topology defined on the set and A is a subset of X, then find A closure. Now to find A closure, we need all those closed sets which are containing set A, and for this we need closed sets in X, and we can find these closed sets by taking complement of each member of the topology. So phi complement is X, X complement is phi, A complement is BCD, AB complement is CD, and ABC complement is singleton D. So these are closed sets in X. Now to find A closure, we take all those closed sets in X which are containing BC. So it is X intersection with BCD, and this intersection is BCD. So closure of A is BCD. Now we discuss one result based on the closure of a set, that is, let X be a topological space and A is a subset of X, then closure of A is given by union of A and its derived set. So for the proof, we will prove that these sets are contained in each other. So for this, let us take an arbitrary element of A closure. Then we will prove that X belongs to A union A dash. Now if X belongs to A, then there is nothing to prove. Then X is in union of A and A dash. But if it does not belongs to A, then to prove X belongs to A union A dash, so it is enough to prove that X belongs to derived set of A. It means we have to prove that X is the limit point of A. So we will prove it by contradiction method. So if possible, let X does not belongs to A dash. It means x is not a limit point of A, then from the definition of the limit point we can say that there exists an open set U which is containing point x such that its intersection with A, if we exclude x from it, then it is empty. Now x does not belongs to A, which implies that U intersection with A is empty, which further implies that A is containing U complement. Now U is an open set which is containing x element. Then its complement, that is U complement, is a closed set which is containing A set and x does not belongs to U complement. And we know that closure of any set is a smallest closed set which is containing that set. So we can write A closure is the smallest closed set which is containing A. So from this statement and this statement we have A closure is a smallest which is containing U complement, because it is also a closed set which is containing set A. So if x does not belongs to U complement, then it is not in A closure, but it is a contradiction that we have taken x belongs to A closure, but it is not true. So our supposition is wrong that x does not belongs to A dash. So it is true that x belongs to A dash. If x does not belongs to A, then it will be a limit point of A. Which further implies that x belongs to A union A dash. Now x is an arbitrary element of A closure, now which is in A union A dash. So which further implies that A closure is contained in A union A dash. Now it is enough to prove that this union is contained in A closure. So for this, let us take an arbitrary element of A union A dash. Then we will prove that x belongs to A closure. Now if x belongs to A union A dash, which implies that x belongs to A or x belongs to A dash. If x belongs to A, which implies that x belongs to A closure, because A is contained in A closure. So we have proved that if x belongs to A, then x is a element of A closure also. Now in the other part, if x belongs to A union A dash, and if x does not belongs to A and x belongs to A dash, then we will prove that x belongs to A closure. Now we will again use a contradiction method here. So if possible, let x is not an element of A closure. And we know that A closure is a closed set which is containing set A. And now if x belongs to A dash, it means x is a limit point of A, then it implies that there exists at least one closed set F which is containing set A. Such that X does not belongs to F. So because of our assumption, and which further implies that X belongs to F complement, as A is contained in F, which implies that A intersection with F complement is empty. Now X is not element of A, so we can write A intersection with F complement. If we exclude X from it, then it is empty. So which implies that X does not belongs to A dash. But it is a contradiction because we have already taken X belongs to A dash. So which implies that X belongs to A closure. Now X is an arbitrary element of A union A dash. So its arbitrary element is in A closure. Then this union is containing A closure. Now call this the second equation, and our first equation is this. So from first and second, we get A closure is equal to union of A and its derived set. Now further we discuss closure of a set in trivial topologies. So first we have in discrete topological space X, if A is a subset of X, then closure of A is equal to A. So in the first, if we take discrete topological space and let A is a subset of X, then we have already shown that its derived set is empty. And if we take closure of A, then from the previous result we can write it union of A and derived set of A, and it is empty, so it is A union phi, so it is A only. So A closure is equal to A in the discrete topological space. So now in the second example, in indiscrete topological space, then for a non-empty subset A of X which is containing more than one element, then A closure is equal to set X. And in the indiscrete topological space, if A is a subset of X and if it is not a singleton set and not an empty set, then its limit point is X only, because each point of X will be the limit point of A. So in that case, A closure will be A union A dash, and it is A union X. So it will be X. In that case, A is dense in X. And dense we will discuss it later. And if A is an empty set, then its derived set is empty. So A closure will be A union A dash. So both are empty set, so its closure is also empty. So here we discuss dense set in topological spaces. Let X be a topological space and A is a subset of X. Then set A is dense in X if its closure is equal to set X. So for example, let X is a set here and tau is a topology on X, and A and B are subsets of X. Then check whether A and B are dense in X or not. So to check the density of A and B, we have to find the closure of A and closure of B. So to find A closure and B closure, we need to find the closed sets of set X. So we take complement of each member of the topology, denoted by tau complement. Phi complement is X, x complement is 5, 1 complement is 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3 complement is 1, 4, 1, 2, 3 complement is 4, 1, 4 complement is 2, 3, and 2, 3, 4 complement is 1. So these are closed sets in X. Now to find A closure, it is an intersection of all closed sets of X which is containing A set, and A is containing 1, 3, 4. So we take all those closed sets in X which are containing 1, 3, 4, and there is only set X. So A closure is equal to X, which implies that A is dense in X. Now to find B closure, we take all those closed sets of X which is containing B, that is 1, 4. So it is X only and 1, 4. So B closure is also X intersection with 1, 4, and it is 1, 4 only, but it is not equal to X, which implies that P is not dense in X. Now we discuss the countable set in topological spaces. So a set is countable if it is either finite or it has a 1-1 correspondence with the set of natural numbers. So if we take a set A, and if it is finite, then it is countable. But if it is infinite, then we have to check the 1-1 correspondence with the set of natural number. So we take a function f from A set to set of natural number, and if f is 1, 1 and onto, then we can say that A set is a countable set. And here set of natural number, set of integers, set of rational numbers are all countable sets. So here we finish it. Thank you.